The Indiana Fever survived a game which they was up 20 points. But Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark continues to do the impossible.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, so the Indiana Fever beat the Atlanta Dream for the third time this season by a score of 84-79, in which where the Indiana Fever had a 20-point lead. And in continuous fashion, the Indiana Fever continued to blow leads and not playing at least the whole 4 quarters. They'll play 1 quarter good, 2 quarters good, and then continue to drop games the way, not drop games, but drop leads and allow teams to get back in the game. Now, the Fever started out hard. Aaliyah Boston scored like the first 6 points in the game. And then with 3 minutes left, Caitlin Clark injured her ankle. I believe it was her left ankle. And she went out. And Indiana Fever in the first quarter did not score ever since. They only scored 2 points, I believe, and that was with Alyssa Smith. And then Kelsey Mitchell, the offense, continued to was looking stagnant after they brought Erica Wheeler in, and they couldn't get nothing done until Clark came back into the game. Now, Kelsey Mitchell did have a really good game. For to say she led the team with scoring, which she's leading the WNBA right now in scoring since the All-Star break. So, but most impressive with Kelsey Mitchell is that we talked about her not rebounding in the first half of the season or assisting. She's had assisted in all 4 games that she has played since the All-Star break, and she has rebounded. And I think tonight was her highest rebounding total in the game with 7. Now, can we expect for her to do that? No. Now, she was 3 for 10 from 3-pointers, and which this is the thing about Kelsey Mitchell. I love Kelsey Mitchell. I think her and Caitlin Clark makes it. I think they're one of the best backcourts in the WNBA right now, bar for bar. When it comes to shooting, scoring, and whatever they do, I think they're the best duo in WNBA right now. But the one thing I have to critique about Kelsey Mitchell is that, because a lot of people always say, well, she's the best player on this team. She's one of the best shooters on this team, but she's not the best player on this team because she still doesn't do everything that Caitlin Clark does. And that what makes Caitlin Clark the best player on the team because she opens up a lot for all of them. But Kelsey Mitchell still needs to learn how to kick the ball out. She gets in these tight jams all the time, and it's really when she's hot, she's hot. But sometimes she get too carried away and forces the issue. Going 3 for 10 behind the 3-point line is really bad. Now she shot 10 for 23, which she took a lot of shots last night. She took a lot of shots. Clark was 6 for 14, but I think when Clark came back, she kind of like pasted herself a lot. Now there was one point in the game around the 3rd quarter, I believe she had a mid-range shot she should have took. Now the mid-range shot she took in the 1st quarter was different from the 2nd quarter because after she twisted her ankle, I think she played, but I think she picked up spots what she wanted to do for the team. She was 4 for 9 from 3, which she tied Rhyne Howard's record at 88. So she only need 1 3-pointer to break that record. And right now she's 2nd in the WNBA behind. She's tied. Her and Sabrina Ionescu is tied. they tied with, I think, 82, and somebody has a little bit. I think Kayla McBride leads with 83 or 84, something like that. But she was 3 for 3 for the free throw line. Kelsey was 6 for 6 for the free throw line. Caitlin had 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 block, 2 steals. And the key thing about this with Caitlin Clark, she only had 2 turnovers. That's something really got overlooked. She only had 2 turnovers. So that is something that was kind of like really good in that game. Because Aaliyah Boston had 3. Alyssa Smith, oh my God, I'm going to get to her in a minute. She had 3 turnovers. But the Indiana Fever could have easily won this game by at least 20 plus points. But continuously, Chrissy Sides continued to make these poor adjustments. And these adjustments is going to continue to bite them in the ass. I don't care who they playing. Because you got a Chicago Sky team on Friday that's gritty. They're not going to lay down. You know what I'm saying? Especially now that Camila Cardozo and Angel Reese, they crashing the boards. And that's something that the Indiana Fever has been great at, is getting rebounds, a lot of rebounds. They're going to have that energy on Friday. But before they even can get to the Sky, they got to go through to the Connecticut Sun. These 2 games are going to be pivotal because as easily they went 3-1, start out after this, they could easily go 0-2 in these next 2 games. Easily. They have to get their shit together completely. Chrissy Sides got to know what lineup is working for her. Now, she started the game with Nalissa Smith, Katie Lou, Boston, Clark, and Mitchell. Katie Lou only played 6 minutes. She only had 1 rebound, 3 assists, 0 for 1 behind 3 and 0 for 1 from the field. She only had 1 foul. So the thing about it is, now Chrissy Sides did say that she pulled her in the second half because she wasn't feeling well. Well, she looked pretty damn well to me on the sideline cheering and everything like that. I think it was more of the Alyssa Smith situation. I think the Alyssa Smith situation with her brother tweeting and stuff like that, and you put in a person in the game who is totally not engaged in this team. She's a liability now. And with the emergence of Damaris Dantas, who played 10 minutes, that should have played 20 minutes, because you got Alyssa Smith playing 27 damn minutes, and she only giving you 7 points, 6 rebounds. She was 3 for 10 from the field, 0 for 1 behind 3. Don't know why the hell she's taking 3-pointers anyway. She had 4 fouls. She cannot stay on the floor. This is her problem. She doesn't play with a high energy, crashing the board. She wants to go one-on-one. Yeah, whatever she did in college is different from the NBA. You got to play within the system. You got to roll and cut and finish. Something that she was doing pretty well in the first half of the season. Now it's like she got to share minutes. She doesn't want to give the effort. So guess what? Give it to somebody. Now that Tammy Fanbilly and Dantas is playing well, her minutes would get cut to fucking 5 minutes. I would give her Dantas 10 minutes. Tammy Fanbilly had 11 minutes. Split Alyssa Smith minutes between them two. And Katie Lou. Katie Lou don't need no more than probably eight minutes because she's not efficient. She can't hit threes. She can't hit them properly. If you look at Katie Lou Samuelson's last 3 games, 0 points, 1 rebound, 2 rebounds, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 assist, 1 assist. She's not giving you anything. She's not giving you nothing. And for you to have her as a starter in the league, that is baffling. She shouldn't even be started. She should be coming off the bench. That starting position needs to go to Lexi Hall, who's been tremendous in the last games. 6 points, 20 points, 6 points, 9 points, playing hell of a defense. She really went toe-to-toe with Rhyne Howard tonight. These are the things that Chrissy Sides needs to look on. When you had Dantas in the game, Damaris Dantas and Leah Boston, to me, I think plays a little bit well because you have an inside-outside game. Both of them could play down low, but you have an inside-outside game with both of them because Dantas could stretch the outside. Damaris Dantas tonight. Damaris Dantas tonight had 11 points. She was 4 for 5 from 3. 3 for 4 from 3, 4 for 5 from the field. So that means she gave you 11 points. She could have actually gave you 15 to 16 points. So you got Lexi Hall with 2, Fanbelly with 2, 11. So you had a total of 15 points off the bench when you could have had more points because Tammy Fanbelly misses some bunnies. Lexi Hall missed some bunnies. Lissa Smith missed some bunnies. Boston missed some bunnies. Mitchell missed some bunnies. Clark missed some bunnies. Everybody's missing under these layups because they don't lay the ball up. They just get to the ball and just tosses it. You can't toss a layup. Just lay it in. Get a good kiss off the backboard, and then it'll work for you. That's the thing that I noticed in this game because as well as Kelsey Mitchell and Clark, they played the most minutes, 38, 37 minutes. Clark had 19 points. She almost had a 20-point game. Probably her third 20-point her fourth 20-point game this season after the half. But the thing about it is, Chrissy Simon's got to still understand that Damaris Dantas, and if y'all don't believe when I say this about Damaris Dantas, y'all go back to my channel, look at the video that I put out about Damaris Dantas. I've been the one on my channel saying how valuable Damaris Dantas is because we need a great three-point shooting. Damaris Dantas is a big body. She could keep the lane from being clogged up. And that's what a lot of teams does with the Indiana Fever, especially when you got Melissa Smith and Boston, because they both down low, so the paint is log jam. Damaris Dantas has a high IQ because she knows if Boston's down there, let me play outside. Because guess what? She's on the wing. Clark will either find her or she gonna find Mitchell or she can find Dantas. Then guess what? Dantas wide open for a 3. And she's hitting that 3 from the outside. That makes the defense play a totally different game. And guess what's going to happen? It's going to allow Mitchell to get off, Clark to penetrate, Clark to find Boston, and then nobody could collapse. That will leave a lot of one-on-one action. Tammy Fanbelly, same thing. She's got a threat from the outside, but she's kind of like a more advanced version of Melissa Smith because she plays down low, so she has to get her baskets. Now, her little mid-range she has hit the last couple of games is working, and she can get that mid-range going. That'll help a whole lot too, because then Boston could be the only one on the bench. And you make big defenders such as you got Brianna, the girl from Connecticut, and you got Reese, and you got them. You got Camila Cardozo. You could pull them out from the basket. So my thing is this here is that what works better for the Indiana Fever is when you have Dantas, Boston, Mitchell, Hall, and Clark on the floor. That combination seems to be working really, really well. And me personally, I would not start Melissa Smith or Katie Lou for the rest of the way. I would not. I will put Tammy Fanbelly in the start. I put Lexi Hall in the start. You know why? Because Lexi Hall and Tammy Fanbelly could run the floor. You know what I'm saying? Tammy Fanbelly, she will crash the ball. She will get rebounds. Her and Boston would. Now, I suspect Chrissy Sides is going to still keep that same bum-ass lineup. It's a lineup that's stagnant. It's stagnant until you change it. But me personally, and then when Tammy Finbilly come out, I will put, guess who I will bring in? Then I will bring in Damiris Johnson. Because guess what? Now you're stretching the floor a little bit more because you don't have the paint clog inside. Then if you take Boston out and leave her in, then you could probably bring Alyssa Smith in, you know what I'm saying, or Katie Lou in, and then let Doncic play high-low because Doncic could back you down. Plus, she has a mid-range fader that she could hit. So Damaris Doncic has she has a lot of weapons in her repertoire. She could hit from three, hit down low, hit mid-range. She's very, and she could pass out of the post. So she has that weapon. You got to recognize what you have and start playing them. Erica Wheeler. I love Erica Wheeler. I love her story. She's a heartfelt, but her time with the NFL is over with. She might as well be like a coach on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Not getting no playing time. She's marking herself. She's doing all of this stuff. Lynn had got her paid. But the fact of the matter remains, you got Grace Berger on the bench that could be playing some of her minutes. Allow Grace to get some time. So the Indiana Fever shot 41% from the field, 37% from three, 80% from the free throw line. They had 13 turnovers. Luckily, 2 of them was only Caitlin Clark's. The rest was the other team. Then they had 11 offensive rebounds, 43 rebounds together. They haven't rebounded well. They had 3 block shots, 4 steals, 18 personal fouls. That's the thing. Because Alyssa Smith had 4 fouls. I think 3 of them was offensive fouls. Alyssa Smith is not engaged with this team. And I just hate that Chrissy Sides don't have the balls enough to say, you know what, hey, you pull her early in the season. Hell, you said Kelsey Mitchell one time because she wasn't playing within the game. So why not? Well, you think because somebody said something on social media is supposed to make you change to be a coach, to do the things that you do? No, it doesn't. What you should do is say, you know what, hey, Alyssa Smith, you ain't playing well. I need you to play well. If she still continues to play, you got other players on the team that can play well. That's all you have to do, make them play well. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. But the Indiana Fever going to have, like the first 2 games they came out against Phoenix and Seattle, they need to find that rhythm again. The last 2 games, they haven't really played with rhythm, against Minnesota and now them. Now you got, like I said, you got Connecticut and you got the Chicago Sky Wednesday and Friday. You know that how physical Connecticut plays. I think now that we have our full roster with Dantes and Timmy Finbilly back, I think that's a game that we could play a little bit more and everything. I think having, I don't even know who now they got Marina Mabry. Now Marina Mabry may have the task of a guarding Clark. That's going to be interesting because Clark has taken Mabry to task. And if Clark and Mabry's match up, then that's going to favor Clark all day. Now, you're probably going to have Dejanay Carrington guarding Mitchell now. Now that's going to be very interesting because guess what? Mitchell is going to be able to, she's going to have to create her own. She's going to get open shots. Dejanay Carrington, she's a good defender, but she's going to have to keep up with Mitchell. Now, if you put Mabry on Mitchell and Dejanay on Clark, that matchup is going to favor Mitchell all day because Mitchell's going to drive past Mabry and Mabry's going to pick up fouls easily. She's going to pick up fouls easily. Then how are you going to switch? Then if you bring Alexi Hall in and you put Lexi Hall on Mabry or you put Lexi Hall on Dejanay Carrington, guess what? Dejanay Carrington can't get no shots because Lexi Hall is going to stay in front of her. You know what I'm saying? I like this matchup going into the Connecticut Sun game. But I'll get more into that probably tonight when I do another video. But all in all, the Indiana Fever in the fourth quarter was leading 76-71 after a 3-point before a 3-point by Rhyne Howard, and it was 5 minutes 36 seconds left in the game. It was a 2-point game with 4 minutes left in the game. Then the Indiana Fever kicked it in with scores between Clark and Mitchell. Clark and Mitchell is really certified themselves as the two best backcourts in the league, but they need the others. Aaliyah Boston has to step up more. She got to step up more. She only had 14 points. She had a double-double, so that's good. But we need her to get close to the 20 range. That helps out a lot. I would love to see more of Dantes and Lexi Hall. Lexi Hall, she's, when she's playing a lot of defense, she doesn't get a lot of shot looks. Now, she does cut to the basket a little bit. She had a 3-point play where she missed a free throw. And there was a couple of times she would have had 6 points. They have to settle down and finish at the basket. They continuously don't finish at the basket well, and that's the problem. Now, the one thing I can say, now you probably, I said I was going to say this, but hell, you probably had Lexi Hall on Dewana Bonham. That's going to be a good matchup because Dewana Bonham really is like, she like to shoot threes. So now, or you can have Katie Lou on her if you're going to start her. I'd rather have someone, or I don't know, but like I said, I'll get into that matchup later on. Well, all in all, the Indiana Fever is 3-1 after the Olympic break. Now, this game could have got away from them. It could have went bad if Clark injury, if she didn't come back from that ankle injury. I think that Atlanta Dream would have beat them. Because then the scoring burden I think when Clark went down, Kelsey Mitchell felt like, okay, the scoring burden is going to be on me. And that's where I feel like she does not play within the system because when she starts scoring to get hot, she's hot. But then she cooled off. She started missing a lot of shots in the second half. Floaters and, driving to the basket and 3-pointers. When she could just pass the ball around, allow Clark to facilitate a little bit more. Once the ball is in Clark's hand, Clark can get her own shot. Clark can get her own shot, whether dribble penetration or 3-pointer or kick out for the open person. Boston gonna have to work herself a little bit more because now you're gonna have to play a little bit more. So my thing is this here for this. I think going into this game Wednesday, they're going to have to really find a lineup. For Nalissa Smith, I will not allow her to play this game a lot because of her conflict of interest with Dejanay Carrington. Nalissa Smith, it's like, to me, Lynn Dunn should have found a trade partner for her and traded her. But you holding on to her for some odd-ass reason, I don't even know. When you on the floor and you don't even move, you allow your man to beat you to the basket, then you make inappropriate switches from a big to a small, and you allow your smaller defender to be on your bigger opponent. You put them in bad situations completely. You put them in bad situations. So my thing is this here is that the Indiana Fever and Chrissy Size, we've been giving Chrissy Size grace since the All-Star, the Olympic break. But now it's like the last 2 games has reared their head again of her inept coaching ability as she has always continued to do. So I think what they're going to have to do is find out what's going to work for what's going to work for the Indiana Fever. What's going to propel them to the things that they need to do, because this is a tough game Wednesday, and it's going to be a battle between the 2 assist leaders, Clark and Alyssa Thomas. and you know it's going to be one of them games that, you know, the Connecticut Sun has beaten us 3 times, and maybe we could get a game. And the Connecticut Sun has not been playing well either. So let's not, you know, look at that and say, oh, they have not been playing well. You know, they've been holding on some games and they have not been scoring. Maybe it's been a main scorer. But now maybe we're going to have to play defense because you're playing a team that runs in transition a lot more. And I think you probably see DJ Carrington on Caitlin Clark's son, but I think now that Caitlin Clark probably will definitely take it to DJ a little bit more in this game. I think so. And matter of fact, this is a home game, so I expect them to win. But anyway, like I said, the Fever is 3-1 since the break. I think this game, they're going to have to clean up a lot of stuff before Wednesday. They're going to have to clean up a lot of stuff because Chrissy Sides and this team is not really locked in. There was the first 2 games coming out the break. And to continue to keep that playoff push run, they're going to have to clean up a lot. They're going to have to clean up a lot. So we'll see. But until then, this is your boy Livewire Sports Media. Let me know what you think. I think this is my lineup going forward. I think Timmy Fanbailey should start over Alyssa Smith. I won't put Dantas to start yet because she can't run the floor as well. But you could bring her in off the bench, and she's going to give you good minutes. But let me know what you think in the comments. Until then, to the next Fever game on Wednesday, I will do my post-game recap the day after because I have to work at night, and so I have to rewatch the game, and I'm not going to give my analogy until I rewatch the game and see some key points that I need to take away like I did today. So until then, it's your boy Livewire Sports Media, and you know what I said at the end of my video. You know what it is.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.